Alright, so today I'm going to be playing Cities Skylines 2 for the very first time and just generally be giving my first impressions of the game. There's been a lot of discourse about this game in regards to its performance, namely that it's not very good on most systems. So this is going to be interesting. My system is pretty good, I would say. I'll put my specs up on the screen right now. So, I mean, if it's not good on my system, yeah, that's a pretty bad sign. For maps, I like the look of this sweeping plains map. I don't really have much of a justification for that. Everyone else plays on Mountain Village. It's boring. I mean, it's not boring, it's a cool map, but everyone else does it. So, I'm going to do something different. And, I mean, sweeping plains looks cool. It's got some mountains. Absolutely awesome. And let's get right into it. Unfortunately, the theme is North American, and I'm a proud communist. Oh, never mind, I can change it. Thank fucking God. And of course, like a true Australian, we're going to be playing on left-hand traffic. Hell yeah. Now, I know I just made like a weird-ass, awkward communist joke, but I kind of want to take a different vibe with this video. I honestly don't know how I can make this video particularly funny, or at the very least, all the ways that I've seen people do it. It's not really how I enjoy playing these sorts of games. So I'm actually going to be taking a much chiller approach to how I normally do. We'll see how that goes, because I find it very easy to screw up in these games. So let's give it a go, I guess. Okay, so already the performance here is kind of not great. I'm definitely seeing a bit of frame rate loss. What happens if I zoom in? If I zoom in, it's more or less the same, which is kind of crazy because, oh, you saw some stuttering there. It's kind of crazy because these trees, I mean, up close they're okay, but if you zoom out, they're not even that high res. Those textures are pretty shitty. I mean, not shitty, but not great. So, why is this game performing not great? Yeah, I couldn't tell you. For context, I'm going to be turning the graphics down to medium, just so it doesn't absolutely shit itself, and also I'm going to be turning up motion blur because I absolutely hate it. And that has improved things significantly. I've heard the game, I am seeing a little stutter actually, I am moving around a lot, but okay. I have heard the game really starts to chug and go slowly when you've actually got a city built up. So let's actually start doing that. Okay, I kind of want to create a bit of a small town vibe, and immediately I am seeing this 2-lane wooden covered bridge, and oh my god, this is going to be a vibe. Why is it not working? Hold on. It's a bridge! Of course it can be in water! What are you talking about? Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. So I believe what we've got to do is first build a road on this side. Second, build a road on this side. It's cool that it gives you the guide, I will say that. And then we need to press page up to get here. What do you mean the elevation's too low? Oh my god, how do you build bridges? Holy shit, I don't know how, but I figured it out. That works apparently. Okay. That bridge is really high. Like, properly high. I'm trying to create like a small town vibe here. I feel like a bridge wouldn't normally have that high. What the fuck is going on here? Hold on, let me try and orientate it like that. That's so... Hold on. Why is it not... Do I have to rebuild this fucking bridge? Okay, so the game isn't actually made in a stupid way. I'm just stupid. So, would you believe bridges have to be high? They cannot be on ground level. That makes no sense. So, you have to press page up to make the bridge actually higher, and then you can build a lovely little bridge. Wow, that took me way too long to do. Okay, and also somewhat confusingly, if I try and add a 2-lane road onto this thing, it simply looks just ridiculous. You have to do an alley. Oh boy. This is not a good fucking road to build like the center of our town in. Oh god. Okay, well, I guess we're just starting from like the worst possible option we possibly can. I just want to create small town vibes. It's gonna be really cool. What's happening here? Oh, I see. Yeah, we love some small town vibes. I'm Australian, of course. I grew up in the kind of place that would be built around this sort of structure. And like, look at this. Look at this pristine environment. This is a vibe. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Cities Skylines is too great about building around something like this. But we're going to try anyway. So this is the little structure, road structure that I've started with. As you can see, I'm trying to sort of build along with the little creek, little river here, but also give it a bit of a grid structure. This is, yeah, as I said, I'm trying to remake the kind of town I grew up in, and this is pretty much how it looks. Bit of a grid system, but it's also kind of organically built around the natural structures around it, and it looks a little nice and quaint. So yeah, the annoying thing is, over here, we're gonna have to put a fucking intersection. Actually, I don't think we have those unlocked. Never mind. Well, in which case it's gonna look even more awkward, because look what I'm about to do. Wow. That looks awesome. And yeah, I think I'm going to put some commercial along the riverside here. And then everything else is just going to be low density residential. Yeah, my game just froze there. That's not a good sign. Anyway. Things are already getting built. I didn't even realize it wasn't paused. It's alright, I guess. Anyway. Oh yeah, so I forgot to give my population basic human rights. Kinda need that, hey. We will need a transformer station. This is different how it was in Cities Skylines 1. Essentially what this means is that these big boys here actually use a higher voltage than what a regular town would use. And therefore, you need to actually transform it to a lower voltage, which is a pretty cool system. It's definitely interesting that the game is modeling stuff like that. Additionally, you can actually get power from like outside of your city, which, I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's how most cities do it. I mean, like, I don't think this little town here would need a fucking, where is it, coal power plant just sitting here just so it has power. No, that's not how it works. So yeah, it's definitely more realistic in that way, and I like that you can sort of grow your city in a more organic way where, I mean, you're not going to build a power plant in somewhere like this. And I mean, we are going to need, oh, even here, we can build a lovely little water tower. Wow, that's awesome. We don't need that. We will need to dump our sewage. That's awesome. Yeah, let's put it here. And we're just going to connect everything up. Oh, that's so cool. It's built along roads now. That makes so much more sense than what it was. Okay. I am liking the actual gameplay changes they have made so far. We'll see how the performance goes. Oh, and power's actually the same. Power goes along roads. So when I built this nice little wooden power line here, It didn't work. It needs to be connect. Wait a second. Have I just lied to you all? Wait, what does this mean? What is it complaining about? It's not connected. What do you mean it's not connected? I just tried to connect it. It didn't fucking let me. Oh my god. This is truly incredible technology. The power lines can go beside roads. Holy shit. Am I wrong again? What do you mean overlapping items? What's overlapping? The road and... What? I don't get it. Is it because there's development alongside this, but you can bulldoze that, can't you? I am so confused. Okay, well, worst comes to worst, what I can do is just build the power line underwater, which is honestly, I'm really glad I have that option. I've also just realized that power goes along the bridge anyway. So I just didn't need to do any of that at all. Awesome. And our little town here is developing quite nicely. I will say the houses look pretty good for this sort of vibe. We're already getting a few little starters there. That's a great sign. The commercial parts do not. This was not. This like middle of the city, not middle of the city, but this like fucking city suburb like cafe. Yeah, you're not seeing that in this kind of town. That does not fit the vibe at all. This sort of does. That absolutely does not at all. But already, holy shit, look at our residential demand. We also have some industrial demand. The thing is, how do you like build a factory in a town like this? In what universe does building a factory in this kind of town make any sense? I don't understand. The city is incredibly noisy. There's like 4 blocks. What are you talking about? One change which I do think is genuinely very cool is you can upgrade buildings now. See, I have added a viewing deck to this water tower, which gives it like very, very small like tourist attraction or just recreational attraction. That is really cool. The fact that even like really basic buildings like that can be upgraded. The transformer station, would you believe, cannot. But that's okay. Also, whatever you do... guys? What the fuck's happening with this creek? Do not build. Do not build your shops on this creek. What the fuck is going on? Why is everything flooding? How did this happen? I don't understand. Okay, slightly annoyingly, it does look like we're actually going to have to build a little industrial area, which doesn't make sense for this sort of environment. Like, I would much rather build like a few farms or something that would actually work, but I guess let's just make a few little blocks here for industry to, you know, pollute this incredible environment we found ourselves in. I guess. I'll probably demolish this really soon. Holy shit. Wow. What an achievement. Anyway, Pop Musician Mansion. Wow, that's awesome. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we're already getting more like residential demand. That is insane. Okay, holy shit, that's pretty cool that we can just have a random pop musician mansion. Where's this going? We're building this right away. Yeah, he can fucking. Where's Taylor Swift? Where's Tay Sway living? Where's Tay Sway living? There she goes. Hope she, I hope her house doesn't get flooded. Holy shit, I've just noticed something. So, no one can park in our city, yeah? Because everything's an alley. So, do you guys want to know where they're parking? What the fuck? Oh my god. That's awesome. A bit of a walk, but that's okay. It does everyone's a bit of good. Can't build anything in the center of my village anymore because there's fucking water there. This was an awful idea. How is this happening? Why is water just like coming onto the roads? How do I stop this from happening? So I think we're going to do something a little bit cheeky here. We're going to actually buy these three... No, I can't buy anymore. That's okay. We're going to buy some plots of land here and start building up a town around here. So we don't have to like destroy our pristine little community here that's constantly in imminent danger of death, but that's okay. Yeah, we can actually build a much more appropriate town over here. It is still awfully close, but you know what? We can't get everything we want, I guess. And holy shit, over here we are going to be using a crazy new invention. 2-lane roads. Let's fucking go. We are actually going to make it a medium density housing. I, of course, will be bulldozing all the new houses that just got built to put medium density housing there. But you know what? Fuck those poor cunts. They're, they can go find, like, housing over here in the flood. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I should not have been allowed to build houses here if fucking this was going to happen. Like, what do I even do to fix it? I don't understand. Hold on. What if... Holy shit, I've just thought of some crazy technology. What if... Wait, these need to be connected by roads now? That is insane. Anyway, what if I start pumping from it and that takes away some water? Awesome, we did it. Sorry, I can't build that fucking road because it's in water. Okay, that gets the job done, kind of. Is this going to work? Let's get an extra pump to make sure of it. One thing I do wish is that, for example, I think agriculture should be available from the very start. Because if you're building a tiny town, you're not gonna have, what's the company? Fucking Yaksu or Grind a Rock, like grinding rocks over here while like there's just this pristine village. I'm gonna stop making jokes about the flooding, although it is very funny. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Agriculture should be available from the very start. I love how the game just doesn't model the fact that this is exceedingly unsafe. Like, this guy's fucking walking through. There's a fucking fire. What happens? Well, it probably got flooded. But the game just does not model that there's any danger whatsoever in going through this. Instead, everyone's just fine. I think the water problem's gotten worse. The pump is not helping. How do I fix this? What is going on? Okay, this should not be happening in the game. If you're going to get waterlogged like this, they should not let you build there. Like, there's just a fucking crane. Just... And yet my happiness rating is at maximum. How? There's not even like a negative healthcare factor, sorry, a negative happiness factor in the fact that your house is underwater. I love how I just try and make a like actual, you know, serious video. And it just does not work. I cannot help but just... Okay, but in other news, we can do livestock farming now. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's put this here. This is really, really cool. I like this a lot because this is much more realistic. Fuck yes. Okay, So we're actually creating like chicken pens right now. That is bloody cool. Okay, I'm gonna create 4 of them, and hopefully this should help out our industry a little bit. Okay, we've got these lovely farms here. This is a much, much, much better way of doing it than it was in Cities Skylines 2. Sorry, in Cities Skylines 1. Because in Cities Skylines 1, it was literally just like, yes. It was just normal plots of land. Like, basically, it looked like this. Sorry, my game just froze. That's a great sign. It just looked like this, except every farm was just like that size. It made no sense. So this is far, far better. Okay, we've got ourselves some lovely little farms, some chicken farms or something down here. This looks way more realistic than this. Like, this site just does not happen in real life. And I kind of don't like that I have to build it first. To be fair, City Skylines 1 was the same way. A lot of city builders are this way, and I don't really understand it because it's just not really how cities work. At least not any city that I've been in or I've grown up in. I'm going to be honest, I just barely see this kind of industry at all. Not that I work in any industry like this, but do fucking places like this even really exist? I mean, I'm sure they do. Honestly, at this point, I've given up on actually trying to make a nice place to live. I'm just kind of doing whatever I can to grow to six. And the results are not looking good. Alright, so we've unlocked ourselves another signature building, and this is going to be really interesting. It's a dairy house. Now, what can I do at the dairy house? Absolutely nothing. It's just here, doing its thing. Cool, I guess. Anyway, the last thing I want to do is build a park. We can't do it. We need to be milestone 4, which we're about to get, but I think I'm going to end the video when we get to that point. Alright, so we've made it to the 4th milestone, that being Grand Village, and I think that will do it for us for today. This video is starting to get a little bit long, so I'm going to give my opinion on what I've played so far. Also, I've just noticed my microphone has been angled away from me for so long. I sincerely apologize that my audio has been that shit for that long. I really need to get better at that. It happened in my last video as well. But anyway, my opinion on this game. Is it really that bad, to answer the slightly clickbait title of this video? I mean, no, it's not. It's essentially just Cities Skylines 1 with a bunch of added features that I do think make the game better. For example, I think it is really, really cool that you can add these things to buildings. I mean, that looks a bit ridiculous, but I do think the idea of it is cool. I also like the way that some industry is being done, where you actually zone areas for it, rather than just like plop it all over here in an unrealistic way. That is much, much preferable. Additionally, we have alleyways, which are nice. Just a lot of little changes that make the game much better. Something I didn't mention is that the progression system in this game is actually far, far better than it was previously. In Cities 1, you couldn't actually decide what you unlocked in each milestone. It just, it just gave you some preset amount of stuff. Whereas here you actually do have quite a bit of control over what you get. For example, I can spend 2 development points, as you can see down here, I have 10, to unlock the fire station. Then I can go over here and build a fire station. Not that I want to, but I could. And I think this is very, very cool. I also think this game gives you a lot better ways to sort of specialize your city. Through this system, but also just by getting access to these different types of industry way earlier on. Now, I do have some objections to how that progression goes. As I said earlier, you should not get this kind of industry before you get this kind of industry. That makes no sense whatsoever. Small towns always are built around farms. Just always. It doesn't make sense to have this. To be fair, that is also an issue with Cities 1 and honestly every Cities game or every city builder game at all. So yeah, I'm not too upset about that one, but I do have to nitpick. Now, as for issues, the game is a little bit goofy. I would expect that at release. This simply should not have happened. I don't really know how this happens. I don't know if it's a matter of this map is poorly constructed and therefore a lot of water starts filling up this area as you get into the game a bit. I don't know if it's a matter of I shouldn't have built here because this sort of thing can happen, in which case my objection would be I shouldn't have even been allowed to build there. Cities 1 didn't allow you to build in those sorts of locations, so that's definitely a step down. The other option is this could simply be a glitch. It's a game that's just released. Yeah, that's going to happen. So I'm not too peeved that this has happened. Honestly, I kind of just find it funny. It is not affecting my experience in a bad way. Now, the thing that everyone is talking about with this game is its performance. Is this game's performance an issue? Yes, it is. I have been playing and right now my simulation is not going, but let's say I started off again. I just move around a lot. Of course, it's not actually going to show it when I need it to. But yeah, there is the occasional stutter, and the stutters can go on for quite a while. The frame rate can drop quite significantly, and it does pull you out of the experience quite a lot. Note, I am playing on medium settings, and I have a good computer. A lot of people who play the Cities games do not have great computers. This has a dedicated casual audience. Maybe dedicated and casual can't be the same thing, but you know what I mean. This game has a lot of more casual sorts of gamers that play it, who do not have as good systems as I do and perhaps you do. So yeah, this game could very much cause issues for the average person. I've spent multiple $1,000s on my computer in its lifetime. Not everyone has done that. A lot of people don't play, Starfield, and they just play Cities and The Sims, and that's it. And yeah, for them, I think this is going to be a very big issue, and I guess in that case, I would suggest holding up and buying this for a while. I do trust the performance is going to get a bit better, but at the moment, it's not great. Just zooming right in here just to show you the actual graphical fidelity of the game. I mean, it's fine. It looks good. Do I think it's so good that it justifies, maybe 50-60% of the population of people who would want to play this game not being able to? No. And even if it was, I mean, that's a fucking bad decision on Colossal Order? That's the game company. That's it. Yeah, Colossal Order would make an awful decision by making their game that graphically good to... but just because you exclude most of your players. And to be fair, I don't think they did that. But yeah, realistically, there's no case in which this is okay. And Colossal Order needs to fix it, which it sounds like they are. But anyway, yeah. So I may do more Cities Skylines 2 content on this channel. The idea I sort of went with for this first little bit here, honestly, was kind of just a bad one, in the sense of your city's going to grow so fast and require so much demand that you are going to go past the small town aesthetic very, very quickly. So if you commit to it, we're kind of just fucked, aren't you? See, I've built everything up with alleys, and that is going to cause nightmare traffic problems down the line. And I've ended up creating this part here, which is just much, much, much more built up than the part over here. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of just think the city looks terrible. This is definitely just me fucking around and seeing what I can do. And what I can do is flood the entire town. Alright, goodbye.